What's going on? Investors thinking, well, Donald Trump has to pull back at some point. And every time they think that, Donald Trump doubles down.
I don't know why you think he has to. There's clearly no indication that he thinks he has to. Is this the grand negotiating strategy from the man who wrote The Art of the Deal? We don't know. All we know is that every time he's asked, he said, no, there are no exceptions. There are no, you have to come to me with a phenomenal deal. You have to come to me and give me everything, including your firstborn. We just don't know what it would take. But even if he does do all of that, even if that road is followed, there is still the question of how much damage has already been done. What is the end game here? Is it the rebalancing? You see, I'll give you an example. He's very angry with Australia because US beef can't get into Australia. Now, this has got nothing to do with a headline tariff number. This has got to do with other so-called non-tariff barriers in the eyes of the US. So if you're going to negotiate that with Australia, you're going to have to negotiate away the non-tariff barriers. And that's a much more difficult job than just simply saying zero rate on this or zero rate on that. It gives you an idea of the complexity of this issue, and one that won't be solved, even if it looks like the headline numbers being cut.
So, Richard, long and the short, are we headed for a recession, do you think?
If this carries on for any length of time, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Goldman Sachs is pretty much already saying it's going to be middle of the year. You cannot, here's the point, if you remember nothing else, you cannot, from what our discussion is this morning, I don't believe you can have this level of disruption in global economies. I don't believe you can have this level of dislocation, of chaos, without eventually there being a recession, because economies were already weak. Australia was already weak. The US, the EU, UK is already weak. This is tipping people over the edge. And whether you get 2 quarters of negative GDP isn't really the question. It's more about just how long does this chaos continue.
Well, at least 4 years, I'd say. Richard, thanks so much for your time here on AM Agenda this morning. And thanks for staying up for us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.